Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Kindness Habit. I'm your host, Allison Clark, and today we have two people joining us who have really given their life to be kind. When you leave this episode, you're going to have ideas about how you can truly make a difference in your own community. So I want to welcome my guests from Prineville, Oregon, and let the listeners know exactly where Prineville is.
We're right in the middle of Oregon. We're about 30 miles from Bend, Oregon.
Okay. So it's sunny, beautiful there.
Deserty, yeah.
Love it. Good. I lived in Bend briefly, and I love the outdoors there and just all the opportunities to play there.
Yeah.
So I was introduced to you by my daughter, who's done some volunteer work at the Humane Society there. So I wanted you both to introduce yourself and tell us what you do, and then also why you chose to give your life truly to make a huge difference with animals.
Let me go. Okay, I'm Chanda. I'm the executive director, and I started here about 6 years ago. The first 18 years of my job was at a mill, and I worked with people. And I started volunteering here once our mill went down and loved it. And then decided I loved working with animals more than people sometimes. And I worked myself up from a volunteer all the way to the executive director.
Whoa, in 6 years.
Yeah.
Whoa. So when you volunteered first, what did you have to do?
Just I volunteered for the events, like if we had an adoption event. We also have bingo every Thursday. I'm the bingo caller, so I would do that.
I love it. And then just moved up.
Yep. Went to kennel tech part-time, and then manager, and then executive.
Wow. I love it. And then Jessica, what
Yeah.
about you?
So my name's Jessica. I am the shelter manager here. I have been here, I'll be 3 years in September. Started as a kennel tech, now the manager for a year, a little over a year.
Two.
2 years. It flies by. I have kind of always been in the animal industry started working in boarding facilities, then vet assistant to vet tech, then I actually went to cremate full time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, animal cremations for a while. That got shut down during COVID. That was in Washington. Then I ended up moving to Prineville, starting here as a kennel tech, and just animals have always just been my passion, and just making sure that they're taken care of or finding homes, or even in the afterlife that the families are getting back, an important part of their family. So
Right. Oh my
yeah.
gosh, I love that. I mean, you've been in like every part of the care of the animal. It
Yeah.
sounds like, right?
Yeah.
Whoa. And then how many animals do you have there at the Prineville Humane Society?
Currently, we have, I believe, 34 dogs in shelter. Our capacity is 24, so we're well over capacity right now. That's in shelter. We have, I think, 10 in fosters being held on to, since we don't have space here, still looking for their homes. And then I'd say probably 50 to 60 cats currently in shelter, 30 to 40 at our offsite facility right now, and then about 40 in fosters, still waiting to find homes too.
Oh my gosh. So as you've worked there in your experience, how have you seen people's volunteer time? I mean, you both started, it sounds like, volunteering at some capacity, but how does that really affect the animals' quality of life when all these people, because we have a choice on how we spend our time. So when we volunteer our time, and there's your kitty, introduce your kitty.
This is Tabby. She's a mom. Her kennel is currently being cleaned, and her kids are being washed. So she's hanging out, getting a break from her litter of babies.
Nice. Every mom needs a break, definitely.
Yeah.
And if you're just listening to this, they just showed a very cute kitty on the screen. So when you look at the opportunity for people to volunteer and just really choosing, to be kind in their community, like what have you all seen in Prineville?
Go ahead.
I would say the biggest thing, especially with like Jenna and some of our regular volunteers, we are so short-staffed here that sometimes all we get to do is the basic cleaning, answering phones, doing vaccinations. So when volunteers come in and they help socialize the animals, when we get little kittens that are somewhat feral, or they just need love. The adults, cats that are scared, that need attention. The dog walkers are people that take them to the yard, and we learn kind of what basic manners the dogs have, or they'll take them out on trails, and we learn if they like water. If they, it seems very, very simple, but it's so helpful when we're strapped in every direction here, when people can come in and say, put me where you want me, and they help out with the mass amounts of animals we have here, or with cleaning. We have volunteers that come in and they'll scrub cat litter pans, they'll go in the rooms and clean up after the cats. And so our volunteers are very important to us here.
Oh my gosh. And then on average, how many people or how many hours do people actually volunteer?
I'd
Couple?
say a couple hours. I feel like the shortest amount of time people hit is like 2 hours usually. Okay. We have volunteers they'll come in the moment we're open until almost closing time, just bouncing from cat room to cat room, going to the dogs. Yeah, we have some long time volunteers.
We gotta get.
Whoa. What'd you say?
Oh, we gotta grab a dog real quick that just came in.
Oh, okay.
I'll have her do it if you want.
Okay.
Sorry.
So this is like real life. So do people like drop off dogs, or what's happening now?
Yeah. So it looks like it's a stray that they just brought up. So we'll check it for a microchip. Remember, get up here. Come on. Get up there. Come on.
Is this a dog or a cat you're trying to get?
Yeah, it's a dog. His name's Blue. He's get up there. Come on.
Oh, it's so cute. So listeners, if you're not watching the video, super cute dog. What kind of dog is he?
He is a pit bull border collie. He's a staff member here.
He does have a home. He's an office dog.
I love it. So every day he comes to work.
Yes, every day. He's here 7 to 4.
Yep. He's our kitty kisser.
Oh, I love it. And so you just had a stray dog be dropped off. Like, does this happen a lot or?
Yeah, lately we'd get 2, 3, up to 6 stray dogs a day.
A day?
Yeah, that's why we're well over capacity.
Right. Oh my gosh. So besides the advice to spray and neuter, what other advice do you have for people as far as like being a pet owner?
Spaying and neutering, number 1. 2, microchipping your pets. So if for any reason they do go missing, that they can get back if they get taken to a vet, a police officer, clinics, humane societies can scan them. Make sure that your information is current on microchips.
Oh yeah,
that your animals are vaccinated is the biggest thing. But for sure, spay and neuter, please.
Yes. Microchip and get your vaccines, I heard.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. And then for the Prineville community, how do they support you? I heard you said bingo.
Yeah, so we have bingo. We have people that come and donate, volunteer a lot. If we have event, we have a couple people that actually throw events for us that help. And we have 2 main events a year, which is our casino night and golf tournament. And then we added a new event this year. It's the 80s throwback party, which will be a fun one. Yeah, we're excited about that. But that's how our community's been helping us.
But the community really does support you, right? In Prineville? Little small town. How many people live in Prineville?
20?
Yeah, I think about
20,000.
20,000. Okay. Yeah. So small community who is supportive, which is great. And then when you think about the difference that you've made in animals' lives, like how many animals do you think you've made a difference in?
Well, we roughly adopt out about 1,000 animals a year. Whoa. And so she's been here 3 and I've been here 6.
That's 9,000, right?
Yeah, it takes all of us to get them homes.
Oh my gosh. And you look back at your life, like what a cool legacy of all the lives that you've impacted.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, I want to say thank you because I'm a huge animal lover that you've chosen to do this, but also you get your community to support you so much. And if we don't live in Prineville and we live in other places, what advice do you have to the listeners as far as how we can make a difference with animals, but also really impact our community? Like what advice would you give everyone?
I would say for sure, spay and neuter your animals.
Have an animal, be responsible.
find strays. The biggest thing is, you know, take them to your local shelter, not another county, because it's hard for people to find their animals if they get taken somewhere else. If you're a part of Facebook groups, neighborhood groups, post. A lot of people are online now looking for their animals. A lot of people didn't even know that we have a shelter up here, so they don't think to look up here. But when it gets posted in our Facebook groups, because we're a little off the beaten path, we're not right in the middle of Prineville, so some people don't know that we're up here. So posting, if you do find animals, I would say with your local rescues or shelters, reach out to them, see if you can donate items, your time, $5. It all helps. Even sharing, if rescues or humane societies have Instagram, Facebook, Pet Finder, sharing the posts that the shelters and rescues make. Even if you can't foster, you can't volunteer, you can't donate, you might share to someone that can. So that's a huge thing for us. Because we're such a small shelter and we're by appointments only, our biggest thing is sharing on Facebook so people can see who's here and what we're doing and get the word out so we can find homes even outside of our small little county.
I love that. Yeah. So even if you don't have the time to volunteer and or money, we all can share on social media, and we know what a huge, powerful impact that has. So what I heard you say is be responsible owners, spray and neuter your animals, make sure they're vaccinated, bring your dog or cat that you find into your closest local shelter. And then also we can make a difference either donating our time, money, and or sharing on social media.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. Well, I want to thank you both for making time to come on the show. And again, thank you so much for showing us your animal friends. And again, for making this world a better place just by helping one animal at a time. So thank you so much. And everyone, let's share on social media and remember the difference that we make. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.